Camera 2 rolling. 3, 2, 1. Action.
There she go, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Here we are back again. I'm The Real She Cuts at 203-866-4539. Come see me. New image, y'all know.
Okay, well, what's the handle though? What's the handle?
My handle is at The Real She Cuts.
Okay, all right. And I am Sweet Melody. I am at Sweet Melody on everything. So that's spelled SweetMellodye. Okay, I don't care where you're looking for me at. It's at Sweet Melody on everything, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even the new thing, Thread. You on Thread? You see how your Instagram be going to Thread? Like, what is Thread, yo? It's just it's jacking me into a social media. Does your stuff go on Thread?
Yeah.
Like it says post on Thread, and then you try to, it says, like it'll say She Cuts posted something.
Oh, it automatically posts you? Without even accepting?
Yeah, because automatically, it's a little toggle button that you got to slide to the left or either slide to the right.
Okay.
You know, but mine is crisscrossed right now because every time I post, it goes to Thread, but then it'll say, She Cuts made a post and it's on Thread, but I don't know it's on Thread. So when I click it, I'm on Thread. Yeah, so just look out and see. So anyways, I am at Sweet Melody on everything. But listen, I want to recap the weekend a little bit. First of all, I want to say welcome home, Waffle. Okay?
Yes, welcome home.
Okay, that party was dope. His
Lit.
birthday was dope. It was You know what I'm going to say about Father's Day, though, this year, honestly?
Okay.
Zoe didn't even mention it, and I didn't mention it to her. We didn't say one word about Father's Day in our house. And I think it was a sensitive one. I think probably if I keep talking about it, I might bust out in a tear or two. But it was a sensitive Father's Day this year for my baby, so I didn't even mention it. I didn't have her call my dad. I know she knew it was Father's Day because she was on the phone. You know what I mean? But I think this was a rough one. It was a little rough for me too, but I think, so I called my dad. I wished him happy Father's Day, but I didn't make a big post. I didn't make a big thing about it. You know, I don't think last year's Father's Day was this difficult, but I don't know. This is the 8, it's going on 8 years, but Dolo hasn't been gone 8 years. But you know what's crazy is 8 years ago is the day that we surprised Zoe with the trip to Disney World.
I remember. Yeah.
And who knew that 3 months later he wouldn't be here. So this is that anniversary today. But on a happier note, we got the carnival coming back.
Yes.
Right? We got the carnival coming back. So guys, we have a whole Juneteenth carnival, BK. Like, damn, Dow baby.
In an itinerary. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we're doing Make Music Day. First of all, we're opening up the carnival Friday, right? It opens up at 6 p.m., 6 to 9. But we're going to open up at 5 o'clock because we're going to commemorate the 2.5 mile walk. So I think I said it on my live today. You're not on Facebook, so you don't get to see. Did it share on IG?
I didn't see it.
Well, I just spoke about it taking Black people 2.5 years to know that they were free. So the grandmother of Juneteenth, Miss Opal Lee, and she is titled such because she is actually the one who pushed for it to become a federal holiday. And because it took Black people 2.5 years to realize the emancipation of she walks 2.5 miles. I think she's 98 years old this year.
Yeah.
And she's still walking 2.5 miles. Okay. So we're going to open up at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock, and we're going to walk 2.5 miles. That means 3 times around Vets Park. And that will commemorate the 2.5 miles.
That's amazing.
And then we're going to open up the carnival. And I'm sure our guests love to hear that 2.5 mile walk. I know, and it's not because she's here. That's because what we're doing, right? And it's just going on in a couple of days. So we have that. We have a lot of dope vendors. which I'm excited about. You know, we have some good soul food. We have some Caribbean food. We
You
have
know I
some
love the
fish and
food.
grits. We have, and then it's different. It's every day. You know,
Right.
so Friday we have a bunch of people. Then Saturday we have a bunch of different people. We have food trucks. We have vendors, and people are still calling.
Yeah, I
Wow.
just got a request right now as we speak.
Yes.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
a
so
vendor?
tell them we still got time.
You have time. Yeah, we have time because you know what we're not going to do. The only time when you really run out of time is Friday if you want to be a food vendor. Because if you're not a food truck and you're not a licensed food truck, then you have to go through the health department. But they're expecting you. I was there today.
Okay.
And you know what? When I opened it, when the door opened to the second floor, he was standing right outside,
Waiting for you.
waiting for me. And he ushered me into this room. Shout out to you, Kevin, at the Norwalk Health Department. I appreciate the way you handled me. You know, he said I was the fourth and you couldn't tell I wasn't the first. You know, he was at the elevator waiting for me. He ushered me into a room. He checked all the application, you know, make sure that I completed it correctly.
Right.
Like he did everything. I was very pleased with the way, and if everyone else was treated like that, come on. Like I'm a sucker for professionalism
Right.
and stuff like that. And he said I was the fourth. That you know, people are out there, y'all. So shout out to y'all. Damn, it seemed like I haven't shut up yet. Talk for a minute.
That's the excitement. That's the excitement, y'all. So come out and spread the love. We're excited. We want to keep this going annually. So tell one, tell another.
That's right.
That's it.
I mean, because it's lit. It's lit. What else do we have to say? Let me see. Oh, the Make Music Day. So Make Music Day falls on this weekend also. So June 21st, all over the world, people are making music. You may remember when we did that before.
Yeah, and it was really nice.
Yeah, we just set up our music outside the studio, but since we're going to be at Vets, shout out to ARC. Okay, is Gene called ARC Lighting and Equipment or what? Gene Morrell,
Yeah.
ARC, ARC,
I think
for
it's
donating
Art, Sound,
a
and
stage.
Lighting.
ARC Sound and Lighting for donating our Juneteenth stage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna sit, you know,
Amazing.
we're gonna be on that Juneteenth stage. And so that's what I was saying, Make Music Day. So all over the world, people are making music on this day, including us. Okay, just because we're at a carnival doesn't mean we're excluding Make Music Day. Right, BK?
Right.
Are you gonna perform, yes or no?
I think I might.
Okay.
I might have to.
Okay.
You
Since
have
Darlene
to.
missed my last one, I might have to.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna be there this time.
Yeah, you sure?
I
Saturday
sure
is
am.
Make Music Day.
Is it a starting time?
It is actually. So we're gonna do some slots. We're gonna do 12 to 2, and you know JJ's performing.
Oh,
Shout out
Lord,
to
I
CD Beats.
Definitely
Better not
have to
miss
be
him.
there.
So I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna have
Don't
to
let him
schedule
do the
him.
first segment.
Okay.
All right.
JJ, I'm moving you just for Miss Darlene's sake, okay? So we have the 12 to 2, then we have a 3 to 5,
Yeah. 3 to 5 and then 6 to 8.
and then 6 to 8.
Nice. Okay.
So we'll have different people. And guys, only one political office has reached out to us so far about speaking, and that's the office of Mr. Jim Himes. He's been reaching out all last week and all week. I was hoping that other people offices would reach out. So I don't want y'all saying, well, we didn't get to speak. I didn't ask him. Okay? I didn't ask him.
Right.
He reached
asked.
out, right, BK? How
Yeah.
many times his office reached out, said that
They were
he'd
heavy.
like to
They were
speak
heavy
and-
on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Where's
but
the
I did speak to-
NAACP at?
Yeah.
Where y'all at?
They're gonna be there.
They'll be
Okay.
there.
Mark
Yeah, they're gonna have
McElveen
a
said
table.
that they're gonna set up a tent, but Sandra Stokes Sims, Sandra Sims, taking the Stokes out of all that. She did reach out to me and said that State Representative Travis Sims' office wanted a digital copy of the carnival, so they can put it in distribution.
Oh, nice.
So we did hear
Okay.
from them yesterday.
Okay.
But that's it. Okay? That's it. It's a lot of reps out here. I want to shout out Councilwoman Darlene Young for all of her diligent help with us, making sure everything gets taken care of. You know, at City Hall, whenever I was confused or whatever, I would rap, pop, 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 knock on her door. Why am I so animated? Why am I so animated? I had to rap, pap, pap, pap on her door. I couldn't just say I knocked on her door and she helped. You know, I gotta be so.
That's all the excitement, guys. That's the
It
excitement.
is exciting because okay, so hold on. Backstory. You know, we did this carnival before.
Right.
We had this carnival before, and it wasn't. You know, it wasn't a good time for us. But we had to go on with the carnival, and it wasn't a good turnout because of the location. You
Right.
know, it was way up in West Norwalk.
Right.
In West Norwalk. I think is that East Norwalk or wherever Andrews Field.
Yeah, technically it's Norwalk.
All right. Well,
So-
East Norwalk in the back of Bond Grill.
It's on
in the
that
back
side of Westport Ave. If it was on that side, you might be.
Yeah, nobody came.
But
You
listen,
know, a whole carnival.
But listen, we made it. Now we are at Vets Park. We made it. Woo! That's
what we're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the whole point of me saying that. So it's a big deal. So we have done the carnival before, but now we're at prime location. Prime real estate. Everybody can get
excuse.
to it. They can get off the highway, they can walk, they can do whatever and come to Veterans Park. And that's the whole push about having vendors too. You know, nonprofits. It's not going to cost you anything but your time. And that's just I think that's the best thing for us. If you want to make a donation, that would be nice because this is not free. However, you're not being charged. You know, it's important that other nonprofits see that they're more than welcome to this Juneteenth event. Set up your table. Set up your sign in, your registration, whatever it is, your info table. You know, do whatever you need to do. Are we getting some stuff on here? I'm sorry. I've been talking so much. Oh, okay. I was talking so much I didn't see these comments. But yes. Okay, so we urge you nonprofits to come and sign up. You know, new businesses come and sign up. Dance step teams, Prissy, if you out there and y'all feel like y'all want to step in the name of love Saturday, y'all come on through.
Oh.
Right, boots on the ground.
Boots.
Right, boots on the
Yeah, it's
ground.
all in the culture, guys.
BK, what do you have going on besides this parade and carnival?
This is carnival. Yeah. No, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's some cool vendors that are going to be there. I'm really excited for the food.
Okay. Foodie, dude.
I love food.
You do?
I mean, yeah. I was just, I don't want to give too much away, but I was talking to our guest before about food and my love for food and how hard it is
Oh yeah.
to not really dive into it.
Oh wow. Okay. I wonder, should we segue to our guest with dive into? Like, is that the? She's
We
not a
could
swimmer.
run into it. We could walk into it.
Okay. So our guest today, guys, we are. You know, it's very important that we become more health conscious. You know, of the things that we put into our body, the way we want our body to behave for us. You know, if we how to make our body pay attention to us. And I'm just saying these things off the top of my head. I'm not really sure if this is where I should be going, but wherever I'm going, I want you to come. Come on. Our guest is here. Let's have a round of applause.
Hi.
Come on.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Del Kahani,
Hi, Dad.
and I am into health and fitness, but Darlene has always known that.
Yes. We
Okay.
worked out together several times.
Does she? So wait, is your workout? Do you work out like her? Because I will never work out with her again.
Well, we used to meet up. I don't even know what they're doing there at the Norwalk High School.
Yeah.
I
they're
went over there
remodeling.
a couple
They
of
tore
weeks
the
ago
whole
because I was
field
just
up.
going around the track. And I'm like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, they're rebuilding it. We're gonna have a new high school,
Oh,
a
okay.
new Norwalk High School.
But I have a funny story about Jim Hines.
Okay.
I was at this was years ago. I was at a fundraiser, and somebody came up to me and was like, you know, can you show up at a diner? I forget where it even was. It was Bridgeport or somewhere. And I showed up, and I didn't even know what it was for, but it was to do a commercial with Jim Hines.
Oh, wow.
So it was me and this other man, and Jim Hines was sitting there, and they just tell you what to do or whatever. So it was almost like a year later, I'm like watching TV, and I'm like, that person looks like me. I'm like, oh, wait, That is me.
Wow.
And I was like, I had completely forgotten about it. And then a couple of people at work were like, "Were you on TV? Were you on TV?"
Oh,
And I'm like,
yeah?
"Yeah, I did a
Nice.
commercial with him."
Oh,
So yeah,
nice.
that was a long time ago.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're famous.
Huh?
On top
Oh,
of all
please.
this, you're a movie
No money
star.
was involved.
Well, bragging rights sometimes.
Yeah,
that's even
bragging
better than
rights.
money.
Exactly, exactly.
So
Exactly.
tell us about the your health journey, your health fitness. Like, what is exactly? Is this a passion or is this what you do?
I wouldn't say it's so much as a passion as I see the importance of it. So I don't think that there's ever been in my life that I haven't worked out or tried to stay fit. Just like other people, I've struggled with weight, especially women. We was talking about it, our midsections or whatever. That's why I do the whole suck in. But what I was talking about with him earlier, our women's bodies are so much different. Like I could weigh myself this morning and I could be a totally different weight this evening. So it basically is about what are your goals. It's not about being skinny or whatever. It's actually being fit. I always say to somebody, you want to be able to run up a flight of stairs without,
Right,
you just want to be physically fit.
right.
So, yeah.
You look good, Del. I've
Well-
always seen you. So, guys, I know Del because she's Darlene's hair client.
That's right. You see my fly haircut?
That's right. Doggone it. That thing tight too, boy, doll, baby. All right. So I always see her draped in a cape, you know, or either with your jacket on,
Yeah,
or riding
yeah.
or leaving. I never seen you with your guns out, and you know, but you look good. You're nice and fit and toned and everything.
I told Darlene last week, she has to see my arms. I think it was like 2 weeks ago was the first time I didn't need a push off in the gym. So I was able to do 50 in each arm, 50 dumbbells in each arm to like bench press it up. So
What do you mean 50 in each
50
arm?
dumbbells, 50-pound
Pounds?
dumbbells. Yes.
You're
yes.
doing that?
Yeah, I was able to do it without him like giving me assistance because before he would have to go under each elbow and
Okay.
assist me to get up. But so I was proud of myself. But
I'm proud of you. Scared of you too.
I love lifting. I love lifting. So
Okay. So do you have any concerns about like if you're so suppose you start getting cut up? You know how
that's what I want.
you want to get the muscles?
Yeah,
and
I
the
want.
veins?
Yeah, I want.
The
well, I don't know about all
definitions?
of that. I just want more definition.
Oh, you want more definition?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. There's
That's
nothing
what I
wrong with
want.
that.
And it's important for women. I bought my resistance bands because a lot of people think they have to be in the gym for hours and several days out the week. For women, it's important because I think it's after the age of 30 we start to lose a lot of our muscle mass quicker than men.
Okay.
So he's talking about stuff like osteoporosis and stuff like that. Resistance training is important.
Okay.
Lifting, it adds longevity to your life. If you get a chance, there's a show on Netflix, I think it's called 100 Years and Beyond or whatever, and they go into the blue zones where people are living 100 years and beyond.
Oh, wow.
And it was an Asian community, and they practice sitting on the floor and getting off the floor because they say a lot of people in the U.S., a lot of older people, what happens to them as they get older? They fall, and then what happens? The next step
then I
is
can't get up.
right, but a lot of people start dying after they fall.
Oh.
There's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
short span of time or whatever. So when you start increasing the muscles and stuff like that in your body, you have less of that.
Oh, I see. I see. There was a lady on the news. You seen her a couple days ago? 100 years old. Made me
Oh,
look and
yeah, I
feel
seen her.
stupid. She's at
Yeah.
the edge on
Working
Connecticut
out.
Avenue. 100.
Looking
Yeah.
good.
Stuff down.
Yeah.
And her
You know?
body looks good.
Yeah,
Her
she's
body
really
looks
working
good.
out.
Yeah.
You were gonna say something?
I was saying that Diamond and Curtis did that exercise where you sat on the floor and then you stood up. And
Right,
I
right.
tried to do that. I couldn't do it.
Right,
So
right.
You stand
it's
up.
like
So do
you, all right, you
swirl-
sit
switch
down,
your
you're
legs
in a
around?
position. It's like you're in,
Like
is it like
this?
Chinese style or something almost?
They
and
do-
then they just,
It's a
and then they
combination of different exercises that they do, but it's like crawling and stuff on your hands and your knees and practicing just getting up or whatever.
It was crazy.
And then a
like-
lot of the Asian community, they don't have furniture.
Right.
So they're practicing every day is sitting on the floor, getting up or gardening and stuff like that. So that's what they incorporate in their daily lives, whatever. But furniture is like a big no-no. Like you're literally sitting on the floor.
Oh wow.
Right, like the restaurant where
Right,
you
right,
sit down and
exactly.
your feet drop down, and then you're sitting
Exactly.
down. Yeah, but that right there is a challenge, guys.
Yeah.
Sitting down and then just using your upper body strength to bring you up and stand up.
Flexibility and mobility.
So let me ask you something. What about eating? So do you eat? I mean, I know eating is just as important as exercising, but do you really need to watch every doggone thing? Like, what's with the carbs and the
We was just talking about that because he
Oh,
was
yeah?
saying how
Okay.
you were doing keto,
Yeah, I'm
or you
keto.
cutting out carbs or whatever. So if you're working out, I really wouldn't cut out carbs or whatever. Like I'm doing HIIT class tomorrow morning, so I have to make sure that I have enough energy just to attend the class. So I'll have to have a carb before I go to dinner because I don't eat breakfast. Well, I don't eat before I go to the gym. I just don't. However, I notice when I cut out like simple sugars, like I don't do like the white pasta, the rice. And as soon as I eat it, I can feel my stomach, the inflammation in it.
Me
Really?
too.
Yes.
Me too.
There's no better feeling than having an empty gut.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
you
'cause-
mean better sensation feeling or?
Yes. So when you start eating certain foods, when I started eating sugar, I become bloated.
Mm-hmm.
It's natural foods, me eating like salads and stuff like that, drinking a ton of water. We was talking about like I don't bring sweets into my home. If I'm out having a treat ice cream, it's a one and done.
Okay.
I'm not going shopping and buying orange juice or any of that stuff because it's actually sugar. And so when we talk about our midsection specifically, it adds to that. It adds to our calories.
Okay.
So we want to kind of do away with it.
So what do you buy when you go shopping? So if I went to the supermarket with you, what am I? I just went
That's
last
a good
night and
question.
doggone
No,
it.
that's a great
Yeah,
question.
what is-
Funny enough, a lot of my time is spent on the outskirts of the store.
That's
Because
what they
when you
say.
w-
Don't go to the middle.
Right. If you go into the middle, you're talking about the processed foods and all that other
All the
stuff.
packaged stuff. Yeah.
Right. So a lot of fruits and
And I
vegetables.
stay like
Since
this.
I would say since 2014, I think it was November of 2023 was the first time I had turkey since, because in 2014 I went on a 21-day detox.
Okay.
And I did not cheat. Like I went hardcore. The second time I did it, I did cheat a little. But after that, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm just eating like salads and stuff. I would just be so appreciative if somebody just gave me like a hot bowl of couscous or something. And in my mind, that's how I made the transition and I cut out chicken. I don't do pork or beef anyway, but I cut out chicken, I cut out turkey, and then I started eating turkey again November of 2024 because I was telling my trainer that I wanted more muscle. And he said, Del, you have to get in more protein. Now I know that you don't have to get protein from animal. It was just quicker for me to do it or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay. So you don't eat meat?
I don't do pork and I don't do beef.
So you do fish and poultry. So you're
Correct. And I don't do chicken.
no chicken.
No.
So what, you do hens? What do you do? Yeah, it's only turkey. And how many birds are there out there that you can really do?
You do fish.
I do salmon
Salmon.
sometimes. So like for breakfast this morning, I didn't work out today. I did a couple of push-ups, but I didn't like go to the gym today. So for breakfast this morning, I had like 5 hard-boiled eggs, and I had like a couple of strawberries and water.
So what about your cholesterol? Aren't eggs
My
high in cholesterol?
No. Everything in moderation. My cholesterol is like perfect. My doctor told me.
But you think 5 eggs is in moderation?
So
Like I would think I would be scared.
So
I'm
you're talking-
paranoid
'cause
when
I
I-
think because she's
you're
cutting out
focused
the
on-
meat and stuff like that.
right, and
so
you're
it's like-
focused on, and you need eggs. You
Okay.
need good fat. You need good fat. So no, my cholesterol is like perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what about lunch? What'd you have for lunch?
Lunch I had a salad.
All
Lunch I
right.
had a salad, and then
So you don't eat chicken, you said?
no, I don't eat chicken.
Okay.
And I think on Sunday I made like a turkey chili. So before I came here, I actually had a bowl of turkey chili.
Okay. All right, good. I made turkey spaghetti last night. Not because of any special diet. I just prefer turkey meat.
Oh, okay.
I prefer ground turkey
Right.
than ground beef.
Right.
And you know what? I stopped eating beef. I probably ate beef maybe maybe less than 10 times since December.
Okay. Okay.
But I can tell when I eat it. Certain beef, it sits right here.
Well,
And I
they
can
say
feel it.
they say that when you eat chicken, like it leaves your system right away, and that beef basically it doesn't leave your system right away. It almost like takes on a dying process again, so it just doesn't leave or whatever. When I was on vacation, this guy said to me, they did like this body scan of my entire body, whatever. So he was like, "Well, what are you working on?" I was like, "Always working on my midsection, hormonal stuff going on in here, or whatever." And so we was just talking about weight loss, weight loss. So what he was saying was, instinctively, you know it. If you eat 3 times a day, a lot of people don't want to hear this. You should go to the bathroom 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, where are those extra meals going? Where is it being stored? So a lot of times, if you're not eating enough fibrous food and stuff like that, and stuff starts accumulating, that's when we start to gain weight. That's when you start to gain weight.
Okay. Okay. So, Dell baby, I'm taking over. You want a piece of Dell?
Well, me and Del talk all the time. And like for me, it's all about your body frame too. Like for me, when I always ask you because I'm broad up at my shoulders, so when I go work out, you're supposed to lift, and I don't like to lift because I don't want to feel like She-Ra.
Right.
So
You're not going to. A lot of women have that like myth that they don't want to be big, they don't want to be bulky or whatever.
right.
Lifting actually tones you. So a
Right.
lot of women, a lot of times, want to focus on cardio, running and stuff. When you do cardio, it burns calories. It doesn't burn fat, and it's not sustainable. Look at her; she's got it. Look at her, the arm, whatever.
You see it in the mirror.
Well, you would think I would
That's
have
from
it
holding
because
that camera.
I work with blow dryers and I'm using here, but I still realize since I'm
So I
going
told
through
you, get some
menopause-
resistance bands. I brought my resistance bands. Get some resistance bands or whatever. If you can't do a regular push-up, start doing some modified push-ups. Build up to a regular push-up and start your day like that. If you just say, before you even come into work, I'm just going to do 10 modified push-ups. Because you know that 10 eventually...
Modified push-ups, so that means clearly modified, but does
Right.
that mean sitting
I
down
don't
in
think
your
we
chair?
could show you in here, but I'll show you afterwards what a
Okay.
modified push-up looks like
Okay.
versus like a regular push-up.
Like
Right.
you can do
I'll-
with your knees down.
Right.
Right. You're helping
basically,
yourself.
right.
okay.
Instead of going all the way.
Right. So you're basically getting on your knees and like going down, whatever, as
okay.
opposed to having your body lateral.
Okay. All right.
But those are things, push-ups definitely, you'll start to get cut.
So, two things. Well, what I keep looking at your resistance band because I want to ask you, could you grab it and show us something that we can do sitting down?
This has a lot of resistance. They actually have these in the gym. So I'll
Okay.
put these around my legs and just like this.
Okay.
That'll start with your legs, whatever.
You do
With these-
squats with these?
Yep, you can do
Okay.
squats and stuff with them. These ones with your arms, this one I think is about 30 pounds.
Okay.
So I'll just do like several sets of these.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll
And
do
what
it.
is that benefiting? So if I were to, oops, I know BK, we just smacking these mics all up, y'all. Let's be
No,
kind.
very
yeah,
slow.
you're
Just do
work-
a
you're
slow,
working out.
controlled
Okay.
movement.
So
But don't you feel it working in your
Yeah.
arms?
let me
Yeah.
feel.
Yep.
So how many of these should one do if we get a resistant band? Damn, you said
Right.
that,
Yeah.
huh? And we want to go slow.
Right. It's like a slow, controlled movement.
Okay, all right. Now I've done this in therapy, but I put it on the door handle,
Okay.
stuff like that, and pulled it like
Okay.
this. I honestly never did it like this. I
Right.
never even
So I do
dreamed of
like
doing it
several
that.
different variations of exercises
So
doing
this
that.
is benefiting what? Is this
So
the underarm here?
Underarms, you should feel it in your back.
Okay.
So
So,
sometimes I'll just go
So-
straight up.
okay.
You can also do this in front of you. So
Okay.
you can do a lot of stuff
How many
to work
different
out.
sets of these would you do? Like you
I usually do 3 to 4 sets of anything.
3 to 4, 10
yeah.
sets or 15 sets.
It depends on what you want or whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes people do an exercise until fatigue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, now I do have two things. All right. One is menopause and working out, but the other one is like you were talking about men versus women. Now, what my problem is, okay, so I've been paying for a gym membership since December, right? And I was consistent up until February, so I went hard and even was watching my diet and stuff. But what hurts and what's discouraging to me is that rip and repair stuff. It hurts.
The what?
Dell, it hurts when I work out and you bust your muscles and then you can't even walk and you gotta wait. So that whole rip and repair.
Right.
Like, so is there anything for women to do? Like, what could I do that would be less discouraging and more, because it hurts.
But what is your goal?
My goal is to get rid of this. My goal is to not have high cholesterol. My goal is I want to continue to move the way I move. I want to stay healthy and swift and fast and on the go.
So I just want to address first one thing that you said. If you're sore, it's because you're activating and using muscles that aren't doing anything, and that's why they're sore.
Okay.
So the best thing you can do is go home, take a lukewarm and actually even a cold shower or whatever to get, because when I was on vacation, I had several massages, and I was like, oh my goodness, I had major knots in the upper part of my back, and stretch. But if you're working out and you're sore, it's because you're activating new muscles. So that's actually a good thing.
How long is it gonna hurt? I mean, I hurt for that whole week, but so
Because-
does that mean it's always gonna hurt?
no.
Like, do they subside? Because I've
Right.
never been.
Eventually,
in
if
it
you
long enough.
continue to work out, something's not going to
I
hurt
always
anymore.
bail out.
No,
I do.
Right.
I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
you-
Like I'm like,
She do.
Listen,
I
do
bail out
do
after I
something
heal
that's
up.
very basic, but stay consistent. So if you're having like high cholesterol and stuff like that, what I was talking about, I'm sorry, what's your name again?
BK.
What we was talking about earlier was him saying that he's always like struggled with food or whatever. And one of the biggest killers of a diet, and you don't even want to do a diet, because diets you go on, you fall off. You need to pick something that's sustainable. Something that basically it's not going to have you crash one day and you go eat like a whole gallon of ice cream because you're just sick of whatever it is that you're doing or whatever.
Right.
So I actually got myself, once I did that detox, I actually detoxed my palate from sugar, from processed sugar. So I'm only treating myself, and I was talking to him earlier, if I eat too much processed sugar, I actually feel sick.
Okay.
So until you detox from sugar, the sodas and everything, it's like a no-no.
Right.
You should be starting your day with warm water
Warm
before
water.
coffee or anything. If you're doing coffee, cut out the sugar and the cream and stuff. If I'm having coffee, first of all, it's because I'm tired and I need to stay up to get stuff done. But my coffee is black. I'm not drinking it for the taste. It has to be black. All of the added sugars and stuff add inflammation to your body. And you can, sometimes I'm almost able to identify somebody when they have inflammation or some sort of sickness running through them because it shows up in our face and our skin. And one of the big things when you detox, your skin is going to glow. When you're just drinking water, fruits and vegetables, and stuff that comes from a natural source, you'll be able to see it in your skin first. So, yeah.
So let me ask you a question because they know I love some sugar.
What?
I
Hey,
don't
Jersey.
know. I don't know.
Thank you,
I
Jersey.
just love
You gotta
sugar.
detox
So
from it.
how do you detox from the sugar? Like what do you like for me? What's your recommendation for a person that's just starting out so you won't set yourself up
Right,
for
failure.
failure? You know, what's the first step?
We used to, I belong for nonprofit, and what we did with people who had joined something that we was doing, we said, and this was long before I hear it now, we did No Sugar Mondays. So instead of saying like Dell did, I'm not going to say, oh, you should go and do 21 days. No, we're going to start out with something small. Pick a buddy, pick a partner that holds you and the other person accountable. I used to do No Sugar Mondays. I don't eat meat, but no meat Wednesdays. It was for people who were participating.
Oh, I like
No meat Wednesdays.
challenges.
Right. So you do small challenges and incremental things until you build up. If you drink orange juice, I would say put a little bit of water in it. And every time you drink it, put a little bit of water in it. By the end of the week, and you just go back to get a regular cup, it's going to be too sweet because that's how quick your system is going to adjust to it. You have to remember, I'm telling you, sugar eventually brings on sicknesses.
I'm like that with sodas. Like soda is so sweet to me. Like if I have, like I could drink a ginger ale, But
Right.
like if I drink a Pepsi or a grape or orange, it's so sweet.
Right.
It's so sweet. But my thing is candy. Like I like
This girl will
candy.
eat.
Yeah, so
If I
yeah.
go in the gas station for gas, bring me back some candy. What kind? Whatever you think. It doesn't even matter what kind.
Yeah, but that's
her
because
thing is-
because she's craving sugar. It's a drug.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a drug.
It really is.
It
Yeah.
is.
It
It's a
really
drug. So
And she likes, so she's the Laffy Taffy,
High
she's
all of
chews or like the Jolly
yeah,
Ranch,
high
you know.
chews. High chews is really her thing. I couldn't think of the name of it.
Love them.
But high chews,
I'll
she
eat the
came
whole
out with
thing.
banana. I'm like, banana? Like, like that's the last
Right,
one that
right.
we picked. The banana now later or the banana. This one, she go right for she move stuff out the way to get to the
you don't like the
banana
sweetest
high chews.
fish? The sweetest fish.
See, I don't really eat those, but I used to love those too.
Oh, okay.
But
And then
yeah.
she only does it for the sugar though. Because you give her a piece of gum, she'll chew it like 6 times. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's gone.
Oh, okay.
She literally takes the sweetness out of it. Now, I'm holding on to that gum. If we had a show, with a concert 6 hours and that's
Right,
all
right.
we had, believe me, I got my gum. Her, she's looking for the next piece after a good 6 or 10 rounds of chewing,
Because
but she does.
sugar's a drug. I'm
Right.
telling you,
But
it's a
Mel
drug.
challenges me because she'll have a piece of gum and we'll split it. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay, okay.
So it's not like she don't even like sweets, really.
Yeah.
Right. Start with small things because occasionally I will keep ginger ale in the house. I'll keep it in my storage,
Right.
but I'll buy the small cans.
Right.
And it'll probably last me for a couple of months or whatever. So you just have to start small, but you have to detox from sugar. You have
So
to.
what do you do? I mean, what do you use to just cut it
So
out,
just
or
start-
is it like a detox that you go through?
So when I did, and this was years ago, when I did the detox, it was for 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you guys have heard of D-Herbs.
Oh yeah.
I ordered their stuff. So you started taking these pills at like 6 a.m. in the morning. I think there's like 5 hours. So you were taking them from 6 a.m. in the morning, I think to 9 o'clock at night. And so you were supposed to drink a ton of water. For whatever reason, they had us drinking distilled water. So I literally bought gallons of water. And I would have like a smoothie for breakfast. And I would make a combination, I don't know why I love it, of almonds and raisins. That's what I would snack on. And then I would make a huge garbage salad for lunch.
Okay.
But I was drinking literally so much water. So much water. That by day 3 or 4, I had so much energy. Like my energy went through the roof.
Right.
Like I couldn't go to bed until like 12:30, 1 o'clock, which is rare for me. And I was
Right.
literally getting up at like 6 o'clock in the morning with like energy.
Okay.
You didn't need coffee.
Wow.
And we weren't supposed to drink coffee on it anyway.
Okay. Or not.
No, you weren't supposed to
Okay.
drink coffee.
Okay.
No. And they said if you were struggling that you could have like some brown rice or whatever. No, but the first time I did it, I just did it like hardcore. And I never forget, it was like 2 weeks later, I went to my cousin's in Queens because I was eating chicken at the time. And they had chicken from like Kentucky Fried Chicken. And it tasted god awful. And I was so annoyed with myself from eating it.
because you went through that whole
Yeah,
cleanse.
yeah. But the cleanse was after that, I was like good.
Yeah.
I was like good to go.
At one time, I remember when I did LA weight loss a long time ago, but they had almonds. Almonds helped me a lot with the craving for sugar too.
Right.
So whenever I had almonds, you had to use the natural almonds.
Right.
And that helped a lot.
Right.
With the sugar craving. Mm-hmm.
Jersey said, hi, you ladies look beautiful.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Jersey. Hey, Jersey. Denise said, same
Yeah.
here. I mean, Janika
So-
Mills. Okay, so menopause.
I would say I do notice because I spoke to my mom. My mom said that she did not experience it the way women are talking, meaning the hot flashes.
Okay.
And then I spoke to my sister and she was like, oh, I didn't either. And I don't know how true this is, like scientifically, but I tend to see women who are of a certain size complain about it more when I say complain about hot flashes and stuff like that versus like somebody who's like thin.
Okay.
I had about 6 months of what I called hotties. And my sister, when I spoke to my older sister, she said the same thing, where I would get intensely hot. It was so disturbing where I just like wanted to strip off everything, but it happened for like a minute and then it went.
Yeah.
So it wasn't me sweating at night. You know, you hear a lot of women, they're sweating at night. None of that.
So you didn't sweat?
No.
You just got.
And it happened for like 6 months, and then they were like, never, no. I was like, no.
I was sweating so bad the other morning.
I hear that though.
You know what I did? I reached for my phone. I said, I need a witness. I recorded it. I said, because this is unreal. Right?
Yeah.
I said, this is unreal.
You did.
Did I show you?
Yes.
Look, right? I'm like, what the hell is this? This is crazy.
So for me, pertaining to menopause, I had a hysterectomy. So when I had the hysterectomy, it put me right into menopause.
Okay.
So the night sweats was brutal, but it subsided. You know,
Right,
after a
right.
while, my body had to adjust. I still have hot flashes, but it's not bad. You know, some people, they go to where they're changing their clothes and everything. I haven't had that problem.
That's brutal.
But it made my hormones go crazy because I did pick up weight.
Right.
You know, I did pick up weight. Now I'm down. You know, I realized that it was things that I was eating. Like I know my triggers now. So I know my body. So it's still, you know, a life change because, you know, your body go through changes and
Right.
stuff. But I'm good now.
Thank you, PK.
So we're good. We can all go on. My cousin and I did it. We did raw foods for I think 10 days. We did nothing but raw foods.
10, that's a long time.
But
We need to start with raw food Wednesday.
Yeah, like I like that. To start off.
Have to ease me on the raw. But let me tell you something. I made this broccoli salad. Maybe the mayonnaise isn't
Remember
good.
we went?
But oh my God. I have broccoli in the refrigerator now waiting for me to make it again.
How did
I
it
ate
come
the whole
out?
bowl. What? I ate the whole bowl. So it's broccoli, raw broccoli,
okay.
a scoop of sunflower, a half a cup of sunflower seeds, a half a cup of cranberries. No, what you call it? Craisins.
Oh, okay. The
Half a cup
raisins.
of
Okay.
craisins. 3 tablespoons of vinegar.
Oh wow. Okay.
Half a cup-
Vinegar's good.
Apple cider vinegar. A half a cup of mayonnaise. And I make everybody in my family sick. When we go to the drive-thru, you hear me. I'm saying, yes, can I have cheese, ketchup, and mayonnaise?
Every time.
And what else was it? It was,
sugar.
it was a tablespoon of sugar.
Oh, sugar.
Okay.
But
No
oh my
sugar.
God.
No sugar and actually no mayonnaise.
You tried it?
And no mayonnaise. But let
no,
me
my
ask
mom
you,
makes
so
something similar though.
what about vegan mayonnaise?
You could do vegan
How
mayonnaise.
you feel about, because you know
I-
you do not know the difference between, I use Hellman's
I was
only.
gonna say for you who will only eat Hellman's.
I only use Hellman's vegan mayonnaise. But you can't tell.
Mayonnaise.
I made it with my tuna fish.
Okay.
Yeah, like nobody can tell that. Zoe definitely can't tell because I've used it. You know what I mean? But I'm like, the only time I didn't was the other day when I made that, and the only reason why I didn't use it is because I just didn't feel like going to it was right there.
Okay.
I said, damn it, let me just go ahead. I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was, but it's so good. It's
Okay.
real good.
So we're gonna set some small goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What's
like
today?
the
You're gonna hold them
Monday, the
accountable.
day thing.
I will. I'll hold
No
them
sugar.
accountable.
You're gonna
Yeah,
help.
he's
me.
in
We're
it
gonna
too.
do- yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm
So
already no
let's set
sugar,
the
so-
calendar. You know, it's better visual. You know,
Yeah,
we
it's
like
like
to see
just-
stuff.
Yeah, just
Well,
set some
let's do
small goals.
Tuesday. Since we're together Tuesdays, we know what Tuesdays are.
No sugar too.
What about drinking when we get a sponsor?
Look, no sugar too. We'll have seltzer water.
Or no
lime.
meat. What about no meat Tuesday?
I like that.
What
too.
about meat?
No,
this
we gotta.
Tuesday?
I was actually gonna
Another
bring
day.
some shakes. But
that
I didn't
would've
have
been
another
nice.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bring some
that'd have been
protein
nice.
shakes.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Hold us to it. Y'all hold us to it. What should we do or know what?
I
And
think
y'all
you should-
let us
I think
know.
you
If
should
y'all
start
all
off the
in,
week.
Let us know.
Huh?
I think you should start off the week.
Start off the week. So
Like
we're
no
talking-
sugar Mondays.
Okay, no
No
sugar
meat
Monday.
Wednesday.
So
Just
let's
stick to
do,
those
let's
2
start
days.
Monday and Wednesday. Next
Yeah.
Monday and Wednesday.
All right.
Next
so
Monday. What about no meat Mondays? Since
If
with
you
the
want to do
eggs?
both. If
we're
you want to
gonna do
incorporate.
one at a time. We don't want to fail, and then the next week we'll go harder. We gotta start somewhere.
What you want to do? No meat Mondays?
No meat
Or-
Mondays.
Or no sugar Mondays?
No sugar. Let's try it.
So
No
let's just
sugar
make
for
a
the whole
conscious
week.
effort, period. Just start cutting out sugar.
Okay.
Like I said, if you're having that cup of coffee and you're putting in 4 tablespoons of sugar, put in 3.5.
Okay.
And
I
then start
usually do
graduate
one-
down,
one
or
scoop of sugar.
so then you're moving at
I
some
use
point.
cream. I don't
So
use
none
sugar.
for me.
So none for you,
Right.
and you start decreasing whatever it is you're doing. If you're buying juice at home, start diluting it.
Okay.
Start diluting it.
Okay. So what do you say about juicing with natural fruit juices? Is there
That's
any
fine.
particular juice we should stay away from? Like peach juice is just too sweet. You might as well go get some Kool-Aid. Like,
No, when I juice, I typically just buy like some oranges and apples. My juicing is pretty basic. Like I'm going out and buying oranges, apples, different like
Okay.
Granny Smith apples, different sorts of apples. Putting some celery and stuff in it. But I like for
Okay.
my juicing to taste good. So
okay.
my mom will do like juice like beet juice and stuff like that, which is probably even better
Right.
because it's good for your bloodstream. But yeah.
Okay.
It's better than, trust me, when they're saying in the store 100% fruit juice, no, it's not. It's sugar. It's not
Right.
100% of anything but sugar.
Right.
That's all it is.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. Let me just look here. No sugar Mondays, and we can join to share our experiences. Okay, so that's Janika. Janika, you on with us? So is it no sugar Mondays or no meat Mondays?
Let's start off with no meat.
Janika.
No meat, and then Tuesday no sugar. Let's do that.
I can't do the no meat. I'll do the no sugar with
could do
y'all.
the
Well,
no
no
meat. You
meat
can
is
have
beef and
fish.
pork. We
You
can
can
have
have fish.
chicken. We can have
You can do
poultry.
That's
Yeah.
still
fish.
meat.
You can have fish or salmon. That's
We,
no meat.
we'll have them graduate to the
Okay.
point where they're just doing raw foods, but
Yeah.
for right now, no beef or pork.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's
then.
easy
Yeah,
for me.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
already
that's
do
no
that.
fair because
We're
I'm
in
not
it.
eating.
Yeah,
beef
but the
or
no
pork.
sugar is easy for me, so we all,
Wow.
it's really just
gonna be a
Darlene.
challenge.
So you know what?
getting hit.
I'm
No
gonna-
beef or pork. No sugar. No
No red meat.
no red
No
meat
red
for you.
meat.
And he likes red meat too.
I do.
We're gonna figure something out, but we have
Yeah.
to. You know what?
We're gonna
Let's
help
just.
each other.
No, Monday we're doing something. Just say what it is that you're doing right now. What are you doing?
I'm doing no meat.
What are you doing? No red meat?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do no red meat.
Okay, so no red meat. No meat, period. Okay?
Cause it's starting your weekend off, your week off. I mean,
Yeah, you
Sunday,
wanna
you're
start
gonna-
your week
Yeah,
off
we're
right.
starting off
Right.
fresh. So Monday,
Okay.
yes.
I might just fast.
Oh, yeah, we can. Well, that's not yet. That
Yeah.
intermittent fasting
I
and
do a
fasting.
lot
You
of-
want to.
I do a lot of
What,
intermittent
are we
That's
gonna
fasting.
excellent.
fast or we doing no meat or we doing no sugar now? Dog, I'm hungry already.
Well, if-
Freaking trying to get this
My
together.
my thought is if I'm not gonna eat meat, I'm probably just not gonna eat.
I'm excited.
Which-
I'm
which-
gonna do
which
something.
is-
You know what? Let me say
That's
this.
actually a topic for another time when you get into fasting.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say
IF
this.
is good.
Okay, and all of our defense. Okay, we have a big weekend, guys. We have a carnival, a Juneteenth carnival.
Uh-huh.
So we're talking it's going to be a variety, a plethora of soul food.
That's why I said
I'm
Monday.
talking candy yams, potato salad, fried
Everything.
fish grits,
Everything.
hush puppies.
I told you at the
Cotton
beginning that's gonna be
candy.
my problem
Cotton
this week.
candy. Look and see her. They know
Cotton
that. How's
candy.
cotton candy soul food?
Oh, I'm just saying.
But yes, cotton candy, candy apples,
Make-
fried dough,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Maybe-
pizza frites.
Maybe little sweet potatoes,
Yeah,
Pies.
little personal pies and what have you.
donuts.
And Wallace said she was going to be doing peach cobbler.
Oh,
Oh
man.
wow.
Wait
You
a
see
minute,
that?
Nika, matter of fact, hold on.
Oh, her tree.
Janika Miller.
They're just totally disrespecting
Have we
me.
seen Janika Miller? Oh, yeah.
messed up.
Oh, my
It's messed
bad.
up.
Let me straighten
Yeah.
my tie.
Yeah, button back up.
My bad. But Janika, we haven't seen Janika treats on the vendor list or anything. No red lights. Okay. All right. Hi, Rita. Rita is on there. Oh, so Nika's doing no sugar. The
Oh,
treat
nice,
lady's
nice.
doing no
Yeah.
sugar Monday, so she's no sugar. Jersey, why you didn't remind your other mother, Jersey? Your other mother, Jersey. No sugar Mondays on Tuesdays. Yeah, we could talk. Yes. So next Tuesday, we'll talk about how we did Monday.
Okay.
Okay, we don't have to do anything Tuesday. Let's do Monday and Wednesday like Del said.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we could start off
Monday
and
and
then the next
Wednesday.
week. Okay, and the following week we'll challenge ourselves and do 3 days.
So Monday, you know what I really honestly want to do? I think I'm gonna do all greens. Like green, I'm gonna have a
That's
green
fine.
Monday.
We can
I'll
do
have
that.
salads.
That's
I'll have
that's good.
smoothies.
Green
Yeah.
Monday, meaning everything that you're eating is
That's good.
It's green.
a vegetable. Yeah.
We could
I
do
like
that.
that. I like that.
Look at
we all
you.
want to do that?
Yeah.
Look at you being all creative.
Yeah.
All right. I won back her heart. Yo, I think we should sign off with this. After such disrespect, right?
Yes.
Naming all these things.
Like, wow.
You know, I felt like the Lucky Charms commercial, Blue Stars, Yellow Diamonds. Remember the cereal?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The
yes.
Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charm cereal, yeah.
Well, before we sign off, though, Del, tell everybody where they could, find you at, or
Oh,
I'm
wait,
not
do you do
sure.
personal training?
I haven't in a while. I'm in
Okay.
the gym, Sound Body X on West Avenue.
Okay.
I joined them in 2023. I love their gym.
Okay.
I told Darlene I do their HIIT classes. They do strength and conditioning classes, and what I do at home.
Okay.
Get those push-ups in.
Those push-ups. Okay, and so so that you're not doing personal training.
No,
so
not
maybe
right now.
people can
I will
follow
be
you.
in the future, but not right now.
Okay.
I have so much on my plate.
Okay. All right. What else do you do? Anything you care to talk about, or you just want to stay focused on the training?
I'm outside of my job. I am with a nonprofit called Health Education and Fitness, and we're looking to do more in the tri-state area. Typically, around the holidays, we do go into Harlem, and I do smoothies for underserved communities.
Oh.
So it's like an after kids program, and they come in and we make them, smoothies, healthy
So
smoothies,
let me ask
whatever.
you something. You can't make any healthy smoothies this weekend to give out at Juneteenth?
No, because I have to be licensed and stuff.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Something I can look into for next year if you guys are doing it next year.
And you know what else we're doing? We're having a Black Heritage Parade September 13th.
Okay.
So maybe this September 13th. So maybe
Okay.
you can shoot for that too.
All right.
But we're actually going to march here past the shop, go all the way around the block. You really don't know Norwalk that well, but it's about 1, 2, 3 blocks.
Okay.
And come back around, and we're going to end here in the
Okay.
front of the parking lot. So it'll be
It's
a
September
good time.
13th?
September 13th.
Okay.
It'll be, so if you put that in your calendar, that'll be a good opportunity to, to expound about this health.
Right.
The shakes, and just let people know, because it seems like it's more expensive than because we hear everybody saying it's expensive to
eat
good.
healthy.
But
Yeah.
and I'm sure it is, but there has to be a way that we can eat healthy without it breaking the bank or us always screaming.
It's expensive to be sick.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Okay, it is
Yeah.
expensive to be sick. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. I love
Yes.
this.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
this. This is
Thank
awesome.
you.
You guys
Thank
are all
you.
vibrant and yeah, this is awesome.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So guys, you already know this is going to come out. Give us a few weeks. Just check our page. Make sure you keep locked in with us. Platform the podcast. Let me see. Is there anything that anybody wants to say that we're not answering? Green Smoothie Monday for me, okay? Stephanie, this weekend is going to be lit. That's right. Jersey's apologizing. Okay, she says sorry, Ma. Look, Jersey, why didn't you tell me? All right, y'all. So
Oh, wait,
without
though.
what?
I got one thing to say. I do have extra wristbands, so anybody that want wristbands, we have unlimited rides for $30. You could get the wristbands at New Image or either with Sweets.
Deborah Martin from New Image Hair Salon purchased a wristband to give away to someone unfortunate that may be financially strapped. I have one free wristband coming from one of the stylists at New Image Hair Salon, Deborah Martin. Shout out to you, Deb. And also Money Russ Robinson. He also purchased a free wristband. So right now we have 2 free wristbands to go out to somebody. If that somebody is you or your neighbor or your child, your nephew, your grandchild, your niece, whoever it is. If it's you, make sure you inbox us. Don't put it on this post and think I'm going to see it. Okay? Do not put it on this post. If you want to perform, do not put it on this post. If you want to vend, do not put it on this post, okay? afamnorwalk@gmail.com. afamnorwalk@gmail.com. A like Apple, F like Frank, A like Apple, M like Melody, Norwalk@gmail.com. Let me see what else. I think that's it. Right, BK? You sure? Because I'm
Yeah,
going to say, damn, I
we're
wish I
good.
said that.
That's it for now.
That's it for now, guys.
All right. See you next week.
Okay, thank you so
Bye.
much. God bless you. Love you guys.